In 1880, Chief Loloma from the village of Aribi traveled to Washington, D.C. Upon his return, he shared his vision of education for the Hopi people.
son hake put ang ayo kakukuiban. Pahanat lengiat turkaivayan. Pwuniat au mamatsian. Put numiat tuwivayak ak itam ang kukuibane.
The Hopi people continue to see education as a tool that can help ensure the survival of the Hopi nation while preserving the culture and values of the Hopi Sinam. The Hopi Education Endowment Fund ensures that educational opportunities for the Hopi people are available today and for generations to come.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the celebration of HEEF's 20th anniversary. Our dream 20 years ago started with the mission to help students financially to be able to continue their higher education. Within those 20 years, we have worked to make that dream a reality that we hope will continue for generations to come. This event this evening is an hour-long program in which we'll be sharing our progress, celebration, our students, and recognizing those who have helped us on our journey. This program will also include special entertainment. Despite numerous challenges that have impacted both our professional and personal lives, HEEF has continued to demonstrate a strong ability to rise to the occasion and overcome difficulty. Through your efforts, HEEF has managed to continue the fundraising while working remotely under unique and challenging conditions. I would like to highlight some of the accomplishments HEEF has achieved over the last 20 years. Over 100 dedicated Hopi and non-Hopi individuals have served on the HEEF board. An initial $10 million gift from the tribe has grown to current portfolio valued at $28 million. $11.9 million have been awarded to the Hopi Tribe Grants and Scholarships Program over the years, resulting in over 5,000 awards that have been made. Over $75,000 in Imagine grant funding was awarded to local programs to address educational needs from the grassroots level. There have been 400 degrees conferred from AA to PhDs, and this is all done without funding from gaming. It was recently announced through our HEEF Alumni Challenge that we raised over $14,000, which is the second highest amount raised for this campaign. I hope you will enjoy our activities and the event this evening. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Josh Sidney. I am from Second Mesa, Arizona. I am a member of the Bear Clan. I am currently a student at Northern Arizona University. My major is forestry and will be obtaining a certificate in forest health and ecological restoration.
Hello, my name is Nevainez. I am a second year at the University of Minnesota Rochester, majoring in health science on the pre-med route, and my career goal is to be an orthopedic surgeon.
Hello, my name is Tashana Tuwamana, and I'm currently an undergrad student at Arizona State University. I am currently pursuing my degree in criminology with a minor of justice studies.
I'm sending this message out to congratulate the Hopi Education Endowment Fund in celebrating their 20th anniversary.
The Hopi Education Endowment Fund has supported me tremendously through my education journey.
I have been fortunate to be a recipient on more than one occasion for a scholarship through the Hopi Education Endowment Fund program.
In this 20 years, HEEF has been crucial to many Hopi scholars, including myself. Through organizations like HEEF, it gives students the ability to worry less about paying for college and to focus more on their studies.
I am a single mom of 2 kids, and I also work 2 jobs just to pay for extra educational expenses.
Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to pursue higher education, and right now I am currently an out-of-state student, and if it wasn't from the support of the Hopi Education Endowment Fund, I wouldn't be here right now.
Being a recipient of the scholarship relieves a lot of stress, and I'm able to focus more on school and continue to study without having to pick up an extra shift just to pay for something unexpected.
Being here in Minnesota, it has allowed me to be part of the Mayo Clinic, which is a very prestigious hospital. And with that, I have also been part of the Native Americans into Medicine program, which is through the University of Minnesota Duluth Medical School, and also another program called Pre-Med Insight, which is part of the Mayo Clinic Alex School of Medicine.
One of my goals is to work with watershed restoration and springs. Speaking ecologically, springs are one of the very least studied areas. With climate change affecting many native lands, including Hopi, it is very crucial that we protect, restore, and prepare these biologically sensitive areas for the anticipated climate. Thank you to HEEF for their 20 years of support and to many more years ahead.
If it wasn't from the continuous support from the Hopi Education Endowment Fund, I wouldn't be able to have these experiences and opportunities, and I am truly thankful for it.
So I just want to take this time to thank the Hopi Education Endowment Fund program for making all this scholarships possible, and to all the donors as well. Askwali.
Askwali, thank you.
Kukwa.
Hello, my name is Lexi James. I am the current reigning Miss Native American USA 2019-2021. I am 24 years old and Corn Clan from the village of Tewa. My mother is Jacqueline James, and I am so very excited to be here with you all and wishing the Hopi Education Endowment Fund a very, very happy 20th birthday. It is amazing to see the dedication that you put into your students and the support that you give Hopi and Tewa students in pursuing higher education. We wish you many more birthdays to come. And as always, thank you, HEEF, for the beautiful work that you do. Happy birthday.
Hello, my name is Wayne Taylor Jr., and I'm happy to join all of you in celebrating the Hopi Education Endowment Fund's 20th anniversary. Hopi history was made on November 20th, 2000, when the Hopi Tribal Council, by unanimous vote, created HEEF and made the very first gift of $10 million. Months before this historic day, Luann Leonard and I organized a team to put structure into our vision of an education endowment fund. The team we assembled became the co-founders of HEEF and were among the very first members of its board of directors. Together, these are the people who have helped the HEEF to become the success it is today. This success translates into a portfolio valued today at $25 million and is awarded $12 million to the Hopi Grants and Scholarships Program, which in turn has made over 5,500 awards to deserving Hopi students, resulting in well over 400 degrees conferred from associates to bachelor's to PhDs. Why did we feel compelled to start an education endowment fund? At the time, the tribe's major source of revenue was royalty from coal. We knew this resource was finite, that one day the coal would be gone, and if the tribe did not find alternate sources of revenue, there would be few options to ensure our students a college education. Little did we know that other forces would end our coal industry far before the abundant coal reserves were depleted. If the tribal council had not had the foresight to bring life to HEEF when it did, then the impact of the mine closure in 2019 would have been devastating for our students. Even as HEEF has been a tremendous success, the work is not done. HEEF's broader mission is to be a resource for the tribe as it takes more control over all levels of education for its students, in line with its self-determination goals. So we can pause and celebrate today, but we have work still ahead of us. Thank you, co-founders, present and past board members, HEEF staff, and all of you, our friends of HEEF, who have made generous contributions over the years to help bring us to this milestone today. Kwakwae.
Hello, my name is Richard Lee. I'm Tobacco, and I come from the village of Tewa, and I am 17 years old. My crew is Ancestral Lands, 602. We call ourselves Hootie Hoo. Here comes the 602 crew. That's our crew name.
My name's Lauren Eustace. I am from Tewa. I am Corn Clan. I am with the Southwest Conservation Crew, 602.
Hi, my name is Makari Navasi, and I am from the village of Masangnavi, Second Mesa. I am Water Clan, and I am here with the Ancestral Lands Hopi Crew 602.
Hello, my name is Dean James, and I'm from Odoraibi, and my clans are Ribbon and Tobacco, and I am with the Conservation Corps Hopi 602 crew.
I'm Tyrell Kiwonwema, Fire Clan from Munkupi. I'm here with the Ancestral Land 602 crew. Hopi.
Hello, my name is Kendall Pavinyama, and I'm from Kikotsmavi, and my clan is Tobacco, and I'm a crew member in the Hopi Ancestral Lands program, Nutley crew.
My name is Drew Kotaitua. I'm from the village of Kikotsmavi, come from the Sun Clan, and my position here is a crew member for Ancestral Lands Hopi.
My name is Darian Fredericks. I come from the village of Sapalavi. My clan is Pipalong, which is Tobacco, and I'm a crew member on Crew 603, the Nutley crew.
Crew is Kenny Silas here, from the village of Ojaive, Rebbe and Tobacco clan. 603 is assistant crew leader, Nutley crew.
My name is Joseph Montoya. I am from the village of Hopevilla. I am on Muswangwa, that is Raven and Crow clan. I am the crew leader for the Crew 603.
Hello, my name is Joaquin Leonard. I am from the village of Stomovi. I am a member of the Deer Clan. I am the assistant crew leader for the Ancestral Lands Hopi program.
My name is Noel Kuyahima. I am 22 years old. I'm from the village of Sipalavi. I am son for Head Clan. Here at SCC, Ancestral Lands Hopi, I am a crew leader. Crew leader's job is to maintain the crew, whether it's project-wise or crew life-wise. So I take care of everything that happens in the field and in the office.
How old are you?
17.
15.
16.
2. 16. 18.
19.
I'm 22 years old.
So what was your favorite part about serving on the 602 crew so far?
My favorite experience will probably be going to places that I've never been. A lot of these places that we've been going to, all these parks, I haven't been there, and it's good to experience something new, to connect back to what our culture is, and also just learning about the past and how we're connected to all those national parks.
So my favorite thing about being on this crew was probably doing this, kayaking in Antelope Canyon.
My favorite is probably the experience and the sites that we visit, such as now Glen Canyon Recreational Area. kayaking is pretty fun. Just seeing the sights, different areas that anybody else were able to see.
The rockwork and pine, nice 1 point something miles up the mountain, just getting a really good hiking in the morning and getting to work on them rocks, chiseling rocks, sitting in stone. Just a lot of fun.
When we went to New Mexico, first one, it's like got a little bit more knowledge on rock work.
Yeah, it's been a good experience. I have a lot of fun in camp and making breakfasts, doing dinners. And sometimes even after all that, when it gets dark, and we just sit in the dark for a while and just tell each other stories. And it's just a great experience. Got new friends, crew members. They're pretty cool dudes.
I think the program's pretty good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Like going out to different places and seeing new things.
My advice would be take advantage of everything you learned this summer. There's a lot of great things that we did this summer, and I hope that you take all of your skills and all the advice that everybody has taught you throughout the summer and go on and select your career or path that you choose in your adult life.
How it was ancient, long time ago, some of these places that we've been through, and how special they are to everybody in the world.
What I learned is that we have a deep root in the areas we've been in. A lot of nice people in the National Park Service. It's, just a lot of knowledge what procedures and rules that they have to do in order for everyone to be safe with the national parks. What certain areas that are sacred and shouldn't be touched, how to preserve and reserve those sites.
Well, I learned a lot of work experience, how to wake up early, waking myself up early, disciplining myself to be ready for the work. Just making myself more and more organized, how I'm going to be working.
It's an awesome program. I would like for more females to join, being the only female on the crew except for the crew leader. It's a good experience to do, and I would express to everybody to join.
Southwest Conservation Corps is pretty cool. I like it. It's pretty fun. I recommend other people to sign up. Do what you got to.
The program's awesome. It's really cool. The program pays for me to go to these places I've never been to. Now this program is motivating me, to go out and explore. And I might even work for the for a conservation crew somewhere else. Yeah, the program's awesome. Love it.
Just be safe. Just, have fun.
It's a lot of fun. Going outdoors, being outdoors with a great group of people. It's a lot of fun. Putting in work, meaningful work.
It's definitely enjoyable work, and that's what you make of it. I really enjoyed it, and so that's all I can tell other people. It's a lot of fun. You got to do it. I know it's not work that's for everybody, but it's just whether you're willing to chance it. You're gonna have a lot of fun, just like I did. So, yeah, that's all I have to say.
Spread the knowledge about Hopi ancestral lands. This is the second group, and hopefully can keep it going by letting other people know. Spread the word.
Hello everyone. My name is Barbara Poley, and I am the original first person who was the HEEF, Hopi Education Endowment Fund president. It is important to me that when you have a team of people to work with, as a president of an organization, Part of your learning is how to coordinate with all these members. Try to listen to what their input is. And for me, that took some time to do. But I knew all the people I was working with. And so they were an important part of my life for a good 3 years. Robert Doyle, who's a private business person. Bonnie Talakti, who is an educator. Nada Talayamtua, who's a finance person. Loris Taylor is the woman of all trades, as many people know. Sheila Nicholas is an educator. Emery Sikakwaptua and myself. And we made up the first team. So I had good people that I could work with, that I listened to. They listened to me, and we spent a lot of time doing the foundation work for this organization. In those 20 years, we had at least a dozen members that sat in the president's position. We now have, as I looked at the information, we now have at least 400 plus students that have received education money. So by seeing that number, it's like, yes, we did do something well, and we have young people that are educated. I would like to ask the young people now to take a look at what opportunities they can bring us to the reservation. I asked them to come back home. I asked them to learn to become board members and also advise other young people of some of the positions, but not to fear sitting at the table making some of these decisions. 20 years ago, we couldn't even think about being afraid of what to do. 20 years ago, we said, this is what is needed. This is what we have to do. And there was just discussion. And with our young people, those are some of the things I'd like to hear from them. How do we do it? Based on some of the younger generation that are coming forth. How do we do it to think about the cultural aspects of where we come from? And how do we do it best to increase that number of young people receiving the education for a long term of time, I guess. So it's very important to look back and understand that it's important for us as now board members again to assess all the things that we have been able to do. We're reflecting right now with this 20-year anniversary, but reflections are good only if you're able to take a look at what is still needed to be done. And I feel that we still have much to do. We have a great group of people working right now. We have many committees. I think about these committees when I came back on last year, and I thought years ago, 20 years ago, we were the committee, primarily the committee, the people, the first people that came on our group. We were the committee. And so now we have an established number of committees available. They all have their specialties to work on. But I also want to say that we need to groom more young Hopi leaders to take over our positions. There needs to be a succession plan in place for those of us who are getting older now. And I can say I am older. I was 56 when I was on the board. I am 76 now. So, young people, I need you to take my place in the future. Ascoli.
Hello, my name is Elisa Fredericks. I am Asunga from the village of Sisomovi. 13 years ago, I came to this exact same spot here at Dawa Park to share my educational journey and how the HEEF funding enabled me to pursue my bachelor's degree from Fort Lewis College. After obtaining my master's degree, I really want to come back here and work at our local high school as the athletic trainer. Currently, the high school does not have an athletic trainer, and I really see the need for it just because of my own experiences being injured and not having that professional there to help me through that time. So in 2009, I graduated from A.T. Steele University with my master's degree in athletic training, and I went on to Colorado to practice athletic training for the next 6 years. 4 years ago, my husband and I decided to move home and start our family, and over the last 4 years, I've been able to restart our athletic training position at Hopi High School and create a sports medicine club for our students that are interested in the realm of sports medicine. If I didn't have this scholarship, then there's no way I could have given the amount of focus and concentration I would have needed to graduate. I'm very happy to be here back 13 years later here at Thawa Park to share how HEEF funding created that first stepping stone for me to start my educational journey. Happy birthday, HEEF.
You are now listening to Carl and J-Man from the Carl and J-Man Save the World podcast. I am the 5-star, 5-diamond chef J-Man, and with me is the Prince of No Air, Carlton Banks, a.k.a. Carl.
Hey, y'all. Thank you for listening to Carl and J-Man Save the World podcast. My name is Carl. This is my best friend, J-Man, and we have a special greeting to a special family that we really like.
A special shout-out to a special organization, the Hopi Education Endowment Fund. I was once a recipient of HEEF funding, so the HEEF has definitely helped me to achieve my degree so that I can slap some knowledge on you through our podcast.
And for me, too, I used to work for HEEF, and it gave me a great opportunity to further my education and to further my skills at being a great entertainer.
Happy birthday, HEEF!
Okay.
Hi, my name is Lori Josesima. I'm the facilitator for the Hopi Tutakaiki Netepongwanika. I'm really excited about being with the Hopi Tutakaiki, and this is my first opportunity working in this capacity. The future is looking really bright for our school. We have started looking at classes that we're going to be offering during the summer, and we also are working with some consultants to develop a language immersion school for students, and we'd like to incorporate that along with our art classes that we offer. We're really excited about bringing on the language immersion classes, which, as I understand it, has been a part of the school already, but we'd like to develop that and offer it to our children in the community, our younger generation, how to speak the Hopi language and carry that language on for the future. I've taken a couple of the classes through the school, and it's really taught me how to do basket weaving, and I consider myself a basket weaver today.
I'm Bob Rhodes. I'm on the founding board of the Hopi Tutakaiki, and I was facilitator for 20 years, and now am retired as of a couple months ago. Hopi Tutakaiki started back in actually 1999 and started classes in 2001. All during that time, we were really appreciative of the HEEF leadership because they offered a lot of encouragement and ideas to help make our school work. Imagine grants came about 10 years ago, and the school had tremendous needs to fund some of our classes. There were some of the weaving classes that we were not able to fund, and the Imagine grant on 2 different years enabled us to have those classes where otherwise they would have had to been canceled. And all during this time, we just utilized the expertise and knowledge from HEEF to help us in our decision making. We really appreciate what HEEF has given us.
Medana, being the Pisavensi, Nehot Dalla, being the Imai Ellen, Hopi Tutakaiki, and Malay. My name is Donna. I am from Hotdella, and I am an employee. I'm also a mentor for Hopi Tutakaiki. First of all, congratulations. I think it's a milestone, another milestone for HEEF. And I guess realizing that it is a milestone for us too, because we've offered various classes, and it kind of feels strange referring to them as classes because it really is, as you can see, more of a one-on-one, a mentoring kind of approach. We were really looking at reviving some of the traditional, what is now referred to as art, things like basketry, pottery, moccasin, the weaving, textiles, so that these traditions or I guess now referred to as art, can continue. The Third Mesa style of weaving, that was dying out. There were only a handful of women from Third Mesa that could weave those types of baskets. Now, through our school and our ability to receive funding, such as the HEEF funding, that has really increased. And one of the coolest things about this is Alan, who's now the mentor for our textile Hopi belt weaving, which is known as Guewa, Hopi Guewa. Marvin was the mentor who taught Alan. So now Ellen is the mentor. These two young men here are going to take what they're learning from Alan and maybe years from now teach their own children or even become a mentor for Hopi Vitavaki.
Hi everyone, it's the Wahongsi here. I wanted to say happy 20th birthday to the Hopi Education Endowment Fund. Thank you for supporting all of our Hopi scholars, and thank you for supporting me through 2 of my 4 years in college. Today I am proud to say that I am a 2018 graduate of Seattle University, and that wouldn't have been possible without your help. So once again, happy birthday to HEEF, and we can't wait to see what the next 20 years brings and the years beyond that. Ascoli, bye.
My name is Bertram Tsawatawa. I am from the village of Old Araibi, and I am a Katsina doll carver and 2-dimensional artist. And I am one of the artists that previously had donated to one of the silent auctions that the Hopi Education and Endowment Fund has sponsored to fundraise for the scholarships that they offer to our Hopi students. Myself, as while I was attending college, I didn't have this type of opportunity to tap into and utilize a scholarship or funding. So I just did normally like everybody else did throughout the country, applied for Pell Grants. And as an artisan, all of my arts and crafts that I sold was partly to support me through my college years. Being an artist to donate to the silent auctions, this was that way to help the younger generations to achieve and receive of that funding and to attend, any of the institutions and schools that they're looking at. That way, whatever they major in, that when they do come back as professionals, then they can come and serve and help our Hopi people out here on the Hopi Reservation. Hopi se no myok na ya, halai tote, we ya o he, we ya o he, ya he ne ya, uda hisat haka mo, nale na ne va pel o mawat, ya he we ta. Hopi se no myok na ya, halai tote, we ya o he, we ya o he, ya he ne ya, we ya he ne ya, we o he, we o he. We are ya o he, hey ya
Wow, this is a pretty incredible day, Alice.
Yes, it is. We're celebrating the 20th birthday of the Hopi Education Endowment Fund. And we haven't been there for the whole 20 years, but actually it's pretty close.
Yeah, that's right, because you met them in 2004?
Yes, I was working at Flagstaff Medical Center, and I was also a volunteer with the Association of Fundraising Professionals when I first met Luann and Sam and Vernon.
2004, that's before you and I even met.
That's right.
So, yeah, but that's, wow, I could do math. That's like 16 years.
Yes, and I had an opportunity to be the first fundraising consultant for the Hopi Education Endowment Fund, and it really was an honor to be able to be someone from outside of Hopi to come help serve the Hopi people. And when I first got introduced to this project, I thought, there's somebody who might want to be helping me out on this, and it was none other than Jim Anderson.
Well, that was the first project that you had ever invited me to participate in with your consulting firm. So it was really my first event as Goalbusters before we knew we were going to be Goalbusters.
Yes, and we did a training for the HEEF in Flagstaff, and I remember sitting in the parking lot afterwards, and you and I had what would become a prescient conversation.
Well, yeah, it was amazing to me because I had never worked on something like this with people like we met at the HEEF. And I said to Alice that it's what I'd been looking for. Working with people that were doing such good and trying to serve the community in such a way, and were so much fun and so kind and so generous. Yeah, I told her in the parking lot that this was what I was meant to do, was to work with people like you, to work with people like the HEEF.
And when we wrapped up our contract a few years later, one of the things we do appreciate is the fact that the HEEF gave us a very warm farewell and probably one of the best thank you gifts we've ever received.
Yeah, as a fundraiser, you're always looking at our 4 ways to thank your donors and to thank your partners, and they gave us what I think is the best thank you gift.
Yeah. So they gave us these.
Is mine upside down?
I think so.
Is it?
Wait, no.
What do you do?
There we go.
Okay. All right.
Yours was actually correct.
Okay, so I think it's like that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
That's it.
So these are Hopi baskets. Who made these?
Oni made these.
Oni made these. This is awesome. And it is the HEEF logo, which Sam Tenukongba designed, which is woven into these baskets. And you notice that they match. There's actually a third one that Oni made. What happened to it?
And that was auctioned off at the silent auction as a fundraiser for the HEEF.
That seems like a very good way to use it. And in addition to that, when they gave us these thank you gifts, Sam also gave us each an ear of Hopi corn. I got Hopi blue corn.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we've treasured these for years. So we've also treasured our role with the Hopi Education Endowment Fund, and we really do appreciate once again being part of the family to help celebrate the 20th birthday of the HEEF. So happy birthday, HEEF.
Happy birthday. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of this.
Hello, my name is Luann Leonard. I'm Executive Director of the Hopi Education Endowment Fund. I'm alumni, which is Deer Clan from the village of Situmovi. I hope that you're enjoying our program of today. We are celebrating our 20th anniversary, and we're glad to have you on board with us. During the program earlier, you probably heard messages from various HEEF leaders talking about the accomplishments and what they would like to see for the future of the HEEF. I would like to share how the HEEF was formed on that day in council. 20 years ago today, I was a mother and a public servant. I was inspired by the vision of our tribal leader, who was then Wayne Taylor Jr., and I had the unique opportunity to be able to help create the ordinance and to witness the passage of ordinance number 54, which created the Hopi Education Endowment Fund. Imagine a brisk autumn day in 2000. There I was, very nervous, but preparing to work to present ordinance number 54 in front of the Hopi Tribal Council. It was a day when the impossible happened, when I saw a dream become a reality. The team that we were working with at the time consisted of Chairman Taylor as the lead, Barbara Poley from the Hopi Foundation, John Carpenter, our tribal financial manager, Marvin Yoyoki, a Hopi Tribal Council representative, Neda Taliamtua, the tribal treasurer, Loris Vicente, who was from the Hopi Foundation, and a young tribal lawyer named Linnell Hartway. And I want to point out Linnell a little bit more because she was very young, but she was very critical to the process as she worked diligently to develop the vision into a tribal law, which would eventually change the lives of many people on our Hopi reservation. So Chairman Taylor began the presentation, and he shared his vision and his desire to create a Hopi community that was self-sustainable for Hopi by Hopi. He knew that the key to achieving the vision was to ensure that the Hopi people had the opportunity to become educated and pursue their dreams. Once that tone was set, he handed the presentation over to me. As I began the presentation, as I, presented many times before in tribal council, this one was odd because I began to choke up and tears formed in my eyes. And I didn't realize, why am I so emotional? But then I realized that I knew that what I was doing right then was probably one of the most important things I'd ever do for my people. Once I admitted that and I shared how I felt with the tribal council, the presentation flowed. Each team member took their turn at presenting parts of the vision, the process, the needs, and the funding priorities, and most of all, the kind of outcomes we wanted to be generated from the endowed fund. What spoke most for us all, though, was the feedback from the public presentations we had done, where we heard from the Hopi people that they felt this was a good thing, that they wanted the tribal council to support the creation of the ordinance. So before we went into council, we knew we wanted $1 million to start the fund. And of course, $1 million is a lot of money, but little did we know that 1 million would not nearly be enough to do the kind of things we're doing today. So we strategized a little bit and we said, okay, we want $1 million, but let's go ahead and ask for $10 million. And we know through discussion, negotiation, they'll talk us down and we'll come out with our $1 million. So we went in there with that plan. But after an 1.5 hour presentation where there was questions and answers, discussion, comments, and all of that, we left the tribal council chambers with a unanimous passage of ordinance number 54 and an appropriation of $10 million. So now I had worked in education at the tribal government for over 15 years. And throughout my tenure at the tribe, I always heard the council talking about how education's a priority and I need to put money for it, as well as other tribal councils across Arizona. On November 20th, 2000, I was so proud that the Hopi Tribal Council finally and truly put their money where their mouth was when they created and passed ordinance number 54. They told the world that education was important to the Hopi people. So as we finished the day, I was exhausted mentally and physically, and I asked Chairman if I could go home a little bit early. And he said, yes, of course you can. But then he stopped a little bit in his work and he looked up at me and he said, it was a good day, wasn't it? And that always stuck with me because I remember that he then proceeded back to doing the work of the chairman, and it was like a normal day but it was not a normal day in the course of history for the Hopi tribe. So imagine having $10 million in appropriation from the tribal council with no staff, no supplies, no chair to sit on, no place to work from. So we were truly starting from scratch. An interim board was created using that existing board that presented the ordinance to the tribal council, and they worked diligently to create a 30-member board who would govern the HEEF. Barbara Poley was our first president of the board, and she and the leadership team called the executive committee worked on documents to help set the foundation for the HEEF that would carry us forward. And I'm proud to say much of their work still stands today. As executive director, it was important to me to ensure that we were staffed by qualified, educated, and professional Hopis who would be the individuals who would take us into the future. The HEEF staff included, first of all, Vernon Cahey, who is our beloved resource development manager, who, like all my other staff, was smart, generous, and believed in the mission. Unfortunately, Vernon passed away several years ago, and we miss him dearly. The other staff, who a lot of them remain around the reservation in various jobs supporting the people, include Sam Tanakomba, Onita Tutsi, Justin Hangiva, Michael Adams, Ryan Tafoya, Alex Huingwa, JC Sekekuku, Carl Onse, and Deanna Machuca. And it's been a privilege and honor to work with each of these talented and dedicated young Hopi professionals. Throughout the years, we've held different events and we've had sponsors, and I'd like to mention a few of our sponsors because some have continuously donated over the years. These include Arizona Public Service, Arizona State University, University of Arizona, the Hopi Tribe, Walker and Armstrong, Goldbusters, the Intertribal Council of Arizona, the Phoenix Indian Center, First Nations Development Institute, Peabody Western Coal Company, Wells Fargo, Cell One, the Hopi Tribe Economic Development Corporation, Melvin Consulting, Terraform, Freeport McMoran, the Association of Fundraising Professionals, the Northern Arizona chapter, and the Harvard Honoring Nations program out of Harvard University. Donors. Donors are the most precious group of generous, giving, and thoughtful individuals. Their gifts have sustained us throughout the years, and their gifts inspire us to continue to do the work to fulfill our mission. Out of fear of missing somebody important, I'm not going to attempt to name everybody, but I want to reach out to each of you and thank you from all of us for your support and generosity. We couldn't have done this without you. Over the years of working with the HEEF, I've had the pleasure of seeing our dream of growing our own Hopi professionals come to reality. I look at these youth with great pride, knowing that we at the HEEF were able to help them achieve their educational goal, and now are able to see them serving as teachers and professionals within the Hopi community. And that's our greatest accomplishment. So congratulations to all the students. In closing, it's been an extreme honor and privilege to work for the HEEF. Over the past 20 years, we've lasted through a recession, a pandemic, and the never-ending roller coaster of the market with our investments. We have survived. This indicates to me that our job of setting a solid foundation has worked. I am looking forward to working to secure the next 20 years and hopefully handing over that torch to the next generation of fundraising professionals. Thank you and have a good evening.
Nataiwa yan Hopi Matiwa, na Alexandra Bahan Matiwa, na Nabatakya Ovi Ekita. Hello everyone, my name is Alexandra, but my Hopi name is Tsaiwa, and I come from the village of Hopewell. I also was born and raised in Flagstaff, Arizona, so there's that too, consider that my home. And I'm Sun Clan Dawa Wangwa from Hopewell. And 20 years ago, this is me right here. 20 years ago, I was 7 years old. In my photo, you can see I'm doing my homework, studying very hard, with style, of course. But if there's anything that I can say to everyone, no matter what it took, studying was super important back then, just as it is now. And because of the HEEF, I was able to go to a university, NAU in particular, and now I get to work for the HEEF 20 years later. And so I'm really happy for the HEEF and their 20 years here coming up.
Na dama yang Hopi matua na Sam Tanakongba yang Bahan matua na Sitomovian uncle na Katzingwa na Nikyang Akiashongwa. My name is Sam Tanakongba. I'm from the village of Sitomovia, Katsina and Parrot clans. 20 years ago, I was entering my junior year at the University of Arizona, pursuing my degree in graphic design with an emphasis on visual communications. Little did I know that 2 years later that I would begin working with the Hopi Education Endowment Fund. During that time, I was able to develop and create the logo, which is still in place for the Hopi Education Endowment Fund. And now, to see it 20 years later, still continuing as an organization, thriving, and providing all of the essential services for our Hopi students makes me really proud to be there since the inception. Currently, I work at First Mesa Elementary School, and I have just transitioned into the computer teacher position. For the past 5 years, I had taught 4th grade here on the Hopi Reservation. As a computer teacher, teaching our current generations of Hopi students how to navigate online platforms, distance learning, virtual learning, and knowing the importance of the work that HEEF does, I know that they'll be in a good position to support them in the future. And with the support of our community, of our HEEF staff, of the board members, and especially the donors, I know that this will continue to go not only for 20 years, but 30 years, 40 years, and 50 years well into the future for our Hopi people.
Hi, my name is Carl Anse, and I am Iswimo from the village of Hopewell. 20 years ago, I was the coolest kid in 7th grade. So here's my 20-year picture. And, working with HEEF gave me a huge opportunity to learn about the different structures of fundraising, and which led me to my current job, which is I work for the Hopi Te Divini as a assistant editor. So HEEF is one of the best places to work, if not the best place to make friends and family. So thank you again for letting me share my story with you.
Hi, my name is Ryan Tafoya. I was the former marketing and special events manager for the HEEF. I am originally from New Mexico, the Hickory Apache Reservation. I've lived out here for about 5 years. 20 years ago, I was still in high school, like a sophomore, junior, concerned about how I was going to pay for college, but I was felt like that was where I was supposed to go, that was where I was being directed. So I really want to thank the HEEF for that, for giving me that opportunity, for the opportunity that I mentioned before, for being able to work with the people that work here, that are great people, and work with the students and the community. So really from the bottom of my heart, thank you to the HEEF and all the people that work here. Quite.
Hello, I'm Deanna Machuca. I am Sunform Head Clan from the village of Shingopavi. And 20 years ago, I was 8 years old. I was at Universal Studios with my family. And in that photo, I was wearing my papi's jacket because it was really cold that day. Here at the Hopi Education Endowment Fund, I am the nonprofit assistant. And what I do is just assist everyone and help them as much as I can. And I would like to thank HEEF for giving me the opportunity to be a part of something very important. And for that, I would like to say happy birthday, HEEF.
Hello, my name is Onita Titsi. Nakwang ng Kaayan Hopi Matiwa. Na iswangwa wakbi ang 20 years ago, I got married. It's a picture of my Hopi wedding. And now I am working here with the HEEF. I am the finance manager for HEEF. I've been here for about 12 years. I'm really thankful for all the experiences, all the acquaintances, all the people that I've met over the years that I've been here. What I'm really grateful for is all the help that they've provided to all our students across the Hopi Reservation.
Hello, Lolma, ne Maya Katsayan Matiwa, ne Justin Hangiva Yan Bahan Matiwa, ne Bigaswama, ne Mun Kalnaksino. My name is Justin Hangiva. I am Corn Clan from the village of Munkapi. 20 years ago, I was 14 years old, a sophomore at Tuba City High School running cross country. I am the Resource Development Manager for the Hopi Education Endowment Fund, and I would just like to thank every single person out there who has ever donated to the HEEF, whether that's financial gifts or art items, because I was also a student that received financial support, and now I work for the HEEF. So I'm very happy for everybody that supported this organization, supported myself, students like myself, and just like to say happy birthday to the HEEF.
Hey everyone, ne kohote butio yan hopi matsua ne tewa no ksino ne keshwangwa. And 20 years ago, I was a 9th grader at Hopi Junior Senior High School, right? I was just this tiny little kid with lots of gel in his hair and just looking for something, just completely oblivious to the future that would lie ahead of me. But I also knew that I wanted to play football, and I was really involved with sports. So continuing down that track, 4 years later, I found myself at Occidental College in Los Angeles, completely transplanted myself from the Hopi Reservation to Los Angeles. And I graduated my bachelor's in psychology and also went on to complete a master's degree at Northern Arizona University in school counseling. So I'm also an artist, and I was able to use everything that I learned about the psychology of human thinking and my creativity to work for the HEEF as the marketing and special events manager back in 2015. And wow, I can't believe it's gone so fast. I'm now a school counselor at Second Mesa Day School for our kindergarten through elementary 6th grade students. And I just like to express extreme gratitude to HEEF as they celebrate this huge milestone. It has definitely been a huge part of my life, not only working there, but also being able to benefit from all the funds that have been contributed and all the good blessings and energy that has gone into the HEEF. So right now, sorry I couldn't join you. I have a newborn daughter that I am tending to right now, but I wish everybody well, and thanks again to the HEEF. Bye.
Hi, I'm Kim Cahey Corkin. Happy 20th birthday to HEEF.
Happy birthday!
And happy birthday, HEEF.
I want to congratulate HEEF on its 20 years and all of the successes that they've attained, including all of the numerous awards and numerous recognition that they have received across the country. And I want to finish by saying happy birthday, HEEF. It's been a great 20 years.
Happy 20th anniversary, HEEF.
And happy birthday, HEEF.
And happy birthday, HEEF.
Happy birthday, HEEF.
Wish the HEEF and all my colleagues, everyone I mentioned, happy birthday. Thank you, Esqueli.
So kita lol mat ya hata yo le ki kweo to ta koya sim ne se to ta noch ma nang ma ma lalwa ha lai nang wai ka che bong ya we yang yok wach ang pater ha lai nang wai me manat o me na we na ne na tuk sina ne yo we yo way I hey 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 yo man lao I am the quân ma man the so kita lol ma ya hata yo le ki kweo to ta koya sim ne se to ta noch ma nang ma ma lalwa ha lai nang wai ka che bong ya we yang yok wach ang pater ha lai nang mai me manat o me na we na ne na tuk sina ne yo we yo way I hey hey.
Thank you for joining us for our 20th birthday celebration. 20 years has gone by so fast, and we couldn't have had this much success in the things that we've done over these past 20 years without the help of a wonderful board, our committed staff, and most of all, the generous donors who have supported our work throughout these years. We've done a lot, but we know there's a lot of work ahead. A lot of kids want to go on and get their education, and we look forward to everything that lies ahead in the next 20 years. Happy birthday to the HEEF!
Hundreds of students have been able to pursue higher education because of the Hopi Education Endowment Fund. Because the fund exists in perpetuity, future generations of Hopi are assured access to diverse educational opportunities that may have otherwise been beyond their financial reach. Chief Lolama understood that education is not only empowering the individual who receives it, the confidence they gain through education helps to improve conditions for the family they love. It gives them the ability to think beyond their basic personal needs and begin to ask, what can I give back? How can I help others? How can I help carry forward the traditions and values of the Hopi Nation in modern society? The HEEF will continue to honor the vision of education for the Hopi people. It is through gifts today that we ensure greater opportunities for the next generation. They will be the seeds that carry the Hopi culture within them as they find their path each new day.
Lolo mane son wa ta la manama lolo mane son wa ta la wa hai pa naweta kawaii melone kakwase hota pekhe amunaweta sekabole umanata Satangayata hai na ngoài na ngui mahane ho he ne ya lo mane son wa ta lang ba lo mane Sekabole sakwabole umanata Datangayata hai nangwai nangui mahane ho he ne ya we o hayo he na we o hayo he yo we yo he ne ya we o hayo he yo he ne ya we o hayo he yo we ne ya lo mane son wa ta lang wa lo mane son wa ta lang wa na ma hai pa sa na we ta kawaii melone sakwase hota pekhe amunaweta sekabole sakwabole umanata satangayata hai nangui mahane ho he ne ya we o hayo he yo he na we o hayo he yo we he ne ya